Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to Post Cologne. Today we're going to be talking about a brand new release from the house of Lattafa, and that is the Lattafa Pride Eternal Oud. Now this is a brand new release from the house of Lattafa. It is an Eau de Parfum concentration. I just happened across it on Fragrance Buy's website and on their Instagram. They were talking about it. I was like, what the heck is this? What is this amazing looking bottle? And I'll just straight up admit it, shamefully maybe, that I bought this just because of the presentation. The presentation on this is absolutely gorgeous. Like, I love this casing, I love the bottle. It is a plastic casing that kind of snaps back and forth to kind of lock it in. It is plastic, which I'm kind of prefer, to be honest. If this was glass, this would be pretty fragile. And so this can take a little bit of a knocking around and it won't break on you. The bottle itself sits on this nice platform. It's got this nice metal embossed tree on the front here. And on top, it's got this metal cap. It's nice, thick metal cap to it. Just absolutely gorgeous. It's just a beautiful, beautiful presentation. Second reason I bought this was the price point. The price point on this is ridiculous. For the presentation and for how this smells is unbelievable. It was $45 Canadian, which at the time of recording this video is about 35 US. It is sold out already on fragrancebuy.ca. That's where I picked this up from. That's where I pick up most of my fragrances. So you can set up a notification to get notified when they do restock this. It's, like I said, it flew right off the shelves, but again, beautiful, beautiful presentation, and we'll get to how this smells in just a second. I already did a first impression video. I'll leave a link down below if you want to check it out. But now that I've got a full wearing of this, I've got a full view of what the notes are in this, I'm gonna get right into that and talk about the performance. So let's just jump right into that. So after doing my first impression video, which I went into completely blind, I had no idea what the note breakdown was for this fragrance. I had to go check it out. I went onto the Lattafa website and I actually figured out after the fact that there was like a little booklet in the box that this came with that had the note breakdown for this fragrance. And so what we get out of this is grapefruit, plum, orchid, heliotrope, vanilla, tonka bean, oud, amber, benzoin, and some labdanum. And so I can tell you right off the jump, and check out this atomizer. This atomizer is just fucking dope. Nice pressurized atomizer. Fucking beautiful. Oh, such a gorgeous scent. Right off the top, you get that plum that I had trouble identifying. I knew there was this fruit note. It wasn't a very sweet fruit note, but there was a fruit note up top. And what that was, it was the plum. There's a little bit of citrus, but it's very, very faint. That grapefruit, apparently, that's one of the notes in here. I don't pick up on a lot of the grapefruit. What I really pick up is that plum, some of those florals coming through, and this just delicious, mouth-watering vanilla that mixes in there. In the air, that vanilla is just, it punches through with that plum. It's just beautiful, beautiful fragrance. You do get a touch of that oud, but it's not like a very strong oud. It has the Middle Eastern vibe to it, especially when it mixes with a little bit with that florals. But it's not like a very pungent oud. It's not even a very strong oud. It's just a little hint in there just to give it that kind of Middle Eastern vibe, a little bit of that oudy kind of vibe to it, but it's not a strong one. What's really shining through is that plum, that vanilla, and those florals that come through with this. Absolutely beautiful. In the air, this is just absolutely gorgeous. It makes my mouth water every time I spray it. It's just, that vanilla is just so delicious. So I have actually given this a full wearing now. We had a bit of a cooler day here. It was hot as hot could be for the last couple of weeks. So we actually had a day where it really cooled down. It was actually kind of like chilly in the morning. And so I'm just like, this is a perfect opportunity. I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna give it a full wearing and see how this does. So the opening is fantastic on this, but where the magic really happens is in the dry down for me. In the dry down, this is just the creamiest vanilla that you get, along with like a rich plum. That sweetness from the plum kind of fades down a little bit and it just becomes like a very rich plum. And then it mixes with those florals. I'm picking up probably more of the labdanum that comes through. I don't necessarily even know what orchid smells like. I don't have a lot of fragrances with orchid, so I don't know if I'm picking up on that, but the labdanum for sure I'm picking up on. And it just rounds out the vanilla and makes it just like creamier and has that floral touch to it. It's just so good on the dry down. It's like going to like an artisanal ice cream shop and getting like the most expensive vanilla ice cream mixed with that tiny bit of plum and those florals. It's just beautiful on the dry down. I would say this is probably a unisex fragrance. It does lean probably a little on the masculine side, and I think the oud kind of helps that along. But like I said, that oud is very, very faint. It's It's not as strong, it's not animalic or barnyard oud. It's a very kind of subtle, nice, pleasant oud, but it fades into the background. But I do think that anyone could pull this off. This is, in my opinion, fairly unisex. Anybody who wears this is gonna smell absolutely delicious. So yeah, I'd say this can be pulled off by pretty much anybody. Now, in terms of performance, it is an eau de parfum concentration, so I wanted to see how this actually performed. Again, I was wearing it on somewhat of a cooler day. It'd be kind of like what it would feel like in the early fall kind of idea. And I got easily 8 to 10 hours off my skin with this. In terms of longevity, I could still smell it. I was getting whiffs of those florals and that vanilla about 8 hours, 10 hours afterwards. I did get some on my shirt and I could pick up on it the next morning, but off my skin, 8 to 10 hours is what I got. So this is above average performer for me and for my skin especially. In terms of projection, it wasn't a beast mode projector. It wasn't blasting off my skin. This is a very like soft, kind of elegant, like I said, creamy sort of fragrance. So it wasn't like pushing, it wasn't abrasive, but it was there. There was a nice soft scent bubble around me for quite a while. When I had sprayed this on some test strips in my office that same day, I left, ran some errands, came back, and when I stepped into my office about 2-3 hours after the fact, that's the first thing that hit me. I could still smell that in the air. So like it does push pretty good, but it's not aggressive. It's not a beast mode projector, but the performance on this, especially considering the price point you're paying for this, is fantastic. Like you definitely get your money's worth with this. Like I said, off my skin, 8 to 10 hours, decent scent bubble. Really, really happy with the performance on this. Now in terms of when and where you could wear this, I think this is just perfect for seasons like spring, fall. This would be a banger in the winter for sure. I think this is a great date night fragrance. You can wear this casually for sure. But like I said, it's got a very like sweet, but not like overly cloying sweet sort of vanilla to it with that plum and a little bit of oud and the florals that kind of mix into it. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous scent. I can't tell you how much I am really enjoying this. So definitely in the cooler kind of seasons. I think in like high heat, this might come across a little too much. Like I said, it's the summer right now and I did wear this on a cooler day, but I could see this, if this was blasting in the heat and it was really hot out, I could see this being a little bit on perhaps the cloying side or just maybe not the most appropriate time to wear it. Cold season, cold days, this is going to shine, absolutely shine. So overall, I am super impressed with this Lattafa Pride Eternal Oud. I think this was probably one of the best blind buys I've ever done. Not only does it just smell fantastic, the atomizer on this is absolutely killer, but the presentation is just so dope. Like I absolutely love this bottle. Just the whole presentation, the entire casing that it comes in is just a great display piece for my collection to sit on my shelf. That's not what it's all about, but let's be honest here, I'm a little bit of a child and I think it's neat to have something like this sitting on my shelf. Super impressed. 8.5, 9 out of 10. For the price point, this, you can't beat it. So when this does come back in stock, if this sounds like the kind of fragrance that you would enjoy, that vanilla, those florals, some of that plum notes, all that kind of stuff, definitely worth checking out, definitely worth getting your nose on, definitely worth picking up. I have a coupon code for fragrancebuy.ca. If it's your first time shopping there, save yourself $5. So go and check it out, get your nose on this. That is Lattafa Pride Eternal Oud. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching and we'll catch you all next time.